Imagine this. You're 68 years old. Your knees ache every time you climb the stairs, your energy fades before noon, and even getting a good night's sleep feels like a distant memory. That was exactly the life Margaret from Ohio was living until one small change turned it all around. And no, it wasn't an expensive supplement or a complicated diet. It was something she'd kept in her kitchen cabinet for years but never thought twice about. Apple cider vinegar. What if I told you this humble golden liquid could help ease joint pain, boost digestion, smooth your skin, and even power clean your home? Today we're going beyond the salad dressing into 24 surprising science-backed ways apple cider vinegar can transform your health, your home, and your daily routine. By the end, you might just see this everyday ingredient in a whole new light. I remember meeting James, a 72-year-old retired school teacher at a local community garden. He was the kind of man who smiled through his discomfort, but you could see it in the way he moved slow, cautious, every step guarded by the pain in his knees and the constant burn of acid reflux. Years of prescription pills had offered little relief, and he was beginning to accept that this was simply old age. Then a friend suggested something that sounded almost too simple. Drink a glass of water with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before meals. James was skeptical, but after just a few weeks he noticed something remarkable. His digestion felt smoother, his knees didn't swell as much after walking, and he even had enough energy to plant tomatoes again. What struck me most was how empowered he felt, like he had taken back control of his body, with a remedy so natural it had been sitting in his pantry all along. One of the first things people notice when they start using apple cider vinegar regularly is a subtle shift in their metabolism. You might not feel it overnight, but day by day your body seems to process food more efficiently, and that stubborn belly weight becomes easier to manage. ACV works in a surprisingly gentle way. It helps balance your body's pH and supports healthy insulin sensitivity, both of which can influence how your body stores and burns fat. Think of it like quietly turning up the volume on your metabolism without the jittery crash you might get from harsh diet pills. The routine is simple. Mix 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into a full glass of water and drink it 15 to 20 minutes before your main meals. Many people like James have found this habit not only aids in weight control, but also reduces those intense afternoon cravings. It's not a magic bullet. Pairing it with balanced meals and light activity will always bring the best results. But as a natural kitchen-friendly tool, ACV can be a small step that leads to big, lasting changes in how your body feels and functions. For many older adults, digestion isn't what it used to be. Meals that once felt light and satisfying can now lead to bloating, discomfort, or that familiar burn in the chest, acid reflux. This is where apple cider vinegar truly shines. It might sound counterintuitive to drink something acidic when you're battling acid reflux, but here's the twist. Many cases of reflux are actually caused by too little stomach acid, not too much. Without enough acid, food lingers longer in the stomach, causing gas pressure and that upward burn. By taking just half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water before a meal, you can help restore the right level of acidity in the stomach. This jumpstarts digestion, encourages the stomach to empty more efficiently, and keeps food from pushing back into the esophagus. I've seen friends who relied on antacids for years switch to this simple ACV ritual, and within weeks they were enjoying dinner without dreading bedtime discomfort. Of course, moderation is key. Always dilute apple cider vinegar and listen to your body's response. Sometimes the smallest adjustments to how we prepare for a meal can completely transform the way we feel after it. If you've ever woken up with stiff, aching joints, you know how it can set the tone for the entire day. For many seniors, arthritis and joint pain become constant companions, stealing energy and limiting movement. But apple cider vinegar has an old-fashioned remedy that's still surprisingly effective today: a soothing bath. The method is simple. Fill your bathtub with warm water and pour in 2 cups of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Soak for 20-30 minutes, letting the warm water relax your muscles while the ACV works to ease inflammation. The vinegar's natural minerals like potassium and magnesium can help reduce swelling and improve mobility. I once spoke with a neighbor who swore by this routine. After years of struggling to garden because of knee pain, she started soaking twice a week. Within a month, she was back tending her roses, moving more freely and with far less discomfort. Sometimes relief doesn't have to come from a bottle of pills. It can come from a warm, fragrant bath that leaves you both relaxed and renewed. Cold season can creep up quietly one day, you feel fine, and the next your throat feels raw, every swallow a little stab of pain. Instead of rushing to the pharmacy, many people turn to a simple time-tested remedy: apple cider vinegar gargle. The idea is straightforward. Mix 2 tablespoons of ACV into half a cup of warm water, then gargle for 30 seconds before spitting it out. Do this twice a day, and you'll notice the sting begin to fade. The vinegar's natural antibacterial properties help fight off the germs causing the irritation, while its acidity creates an environment where those unwelcome invaders struggle to survive. I've used this myself before an important speaking event. By morning, my voice was clearer, the soreness nearly gone, and I didn't miss a single word on stage. Sometimes it's the simplest rituals that keep life moving smoothly. As we age, energy can feel like a scarce resource. Even after a full night's sleep, mornings can be slow and afternoons heavy. Apple cider vinegar offers a gentle lift, not the sharp spike of caffeine, but a steady, balanced boost. The secret lies in its natural enzymes and amino acids, which help the body process nutrients more efficiently and maintain stable blood sugar levels. This prevents those midday crashes that leave you drained. Some people find that taking a teaspoon of ACV diluted in water before breakfast not only sharpens their focus, but also improves their mood throughout the day. I recall a friend who began this routine during a particularly stressful year. Within weeks, she noticed she wasn't just less tired, she was calmer, better able to handle the little frustrations that once overwhelmed her. It's a small daily act with surprisingly big emotional dividends. Apple cider vinegar isn't just a health tonic, it's also a beauty secret that has stood the test of time. For skin, ACV acts as a natural astringent, gently tightening pores and removing the buildup that can dull your complexion. All it takes is mixing equal parts ACV and water, then applying it with a soft cotton pad. The result: skin that feels fresh, clean, and just a bit firmer. But the real magic shows in hair care. After shampooing, a final rinse with ACV diluted in water can strip away the heavy residue from styling products and hard water. The difference is almost instant hair feels lighter, smoother, and reflects light like a silk ribbon. I once met a retired hairstylist who swore that ACV was her forever conditioner. She had given up expensive serums years ago and credited her shiny silver hair to a weekly vinegar rinse. Even common annoyances like dandruff can be soothed with an ACV scalp treatment. By balancing the scalp's pH, it discourages the growth of flakes and relieves itching. The best part: these beauty benefits don't come from harsh chemicals or high price tags. They come from something you probably already have in your kitchen. It's proof that sometimes the most effective self-care is also the most affordable. Apple cider vinegar isn't only for the body, it can work wonders around the house too. Because it's naturally acidic and antibacterial, ACV makes an effective non-toxic cleaner for everything from kitchen counters to bathroom mirrors. For streak-free glass, mix equal parts ACV and water in a spray bottle. A quick spritz and wipe with a soft cloth will leave windows sparkling. In the laundry room, half a cup of ACV in the rinse cycle acts as a natural fabric softener, leaving clothes fresh without any chemical residue. It can even tackle the tougher jobs. To clear a slow drain, combine half a cup of baking soda with half a cup of salt, pour it down the drain, then add a cup of ACV. After letting it sit for 2 hours, flush with boiling water, no harsh chemicals needed. I once visited an elderly couple in Florida who proudly showed me their spotless kitchen, claiming they hadn't bought store-bought cleaners in years. Their secret: a big bottle of apple cider vinegar and a few well-worn cleaning cloths. With ACV, keeping a clean home can be just as natural and simple as caring for your health. Some of the most impressive uses for apple cider vinegar are also the quickest to try. Take hiccups, for example. Those sudden stubborn spasms that can strike at the worst times. A single tablespoon of ACV taken straight or diluted in a sip of water can reset the diaphragm and stop them in seconds. For bad breath, ACV works like a natural mouthwash. Mixing equal parts ACV and water, then gargling for 10 minutes, helps neutralize the bacteria that cause odor, leaving your breath fresher without the artificial aftertaste of store-bought rinses. Even bug bites can be soothed with ACV. A dab on the irritated spot eases the itch and reduces swelling thanks to its anti-inflammatory properties. I remember a summer picnic where a friend was ready to pack up early because of relentless mosquito bites. A quick swipe of ACV from the kitchen saved the afternoon and probably a few friendships. It's these small practical tricks that make ACV feel less like an ingredient and more like a quiet, reliable helper in everyday life. While apple cider vinegar is a versatile and powerful natural tool, it's not for everyone in every situation. Its acidity, while beneficial in small diluted amounts, can harm tooth enamel if taken too often without rinsing afterward. Always drink it through a straw or follow with plain water to protect your smile. Those with stomach ulcers, severe acid reflux, or certain kidney issues should consult a healthcare professional before adding ACV to their routine. Undiluted vinegar can irritate the throat and stomach lining, so it should never be taken straight in large quantities. Choosing raw, unfiltered organic ACV ensures you get the full spectrum of beneficial enzymes and nutrients. Used wisely, it can be a daily ally, but like any remedy, it works best when respected and balanced with an overall healthy lifestyle. If there's one lesson apple cider vinegar has taught me, it's that powerful change doesn't always come from complicated solutions. Sometimes it's the simplest, most humble things like a golden liquid in a glass bottle that quietly reshape our health, our home, and even our confidence. I've seen friends go from living with daily discomfort to feeling lighter, more in control, and more energized, all from weaving ACV into small moments of their routine. It's not about a miracle cure. It's about consistency, listening to your body, and trusting in the gentle, steady benefits of nature. So here's my challenge to you. Pick just one of the uses we've talked about today. Try it this week. Notice the difference it makes, however small, and let that small step encourage the next. Because better health isn't built in giant leaps, it's built one thoughtful, intentional choice at a time. And maybe, just maybe, that choice starts with the bottle of apple cider vinegar already waiting in your kitchen.